I'm Sadie, and one day I'll go into the wild to study bugs and animals and weird microbes that devour entire towns. But for now, I'm studying the people in my life, complete freaks of nature. Part of the wonder of nature is the vast and wonderful differences between creatures. Part of the horror of attic sharing is the vast and nasty differences between me and my brother. Oh, how am I supposed to deal with you? If you're not gassing the place up, you're crowding me out with dirty plates and moldy food and sneaker fungus and pathetic guitar playing and stupid wrestling shows and your nasty way of ignoring me when I'm trying to...
All right already! Listen, I've told you to over and over, either you figure out a way to get along or say goodbye to the attic.
But...
No, I'm serious this time. This is your last chance.
You know what? She's got a point.
Yes, I know.
And I've got a proposal, a simple, adult solution to both our problems.
I'm listening.
2 words. Get used to it.
Black ick. Excuse me? That disgusting mold that takes over trees? It's totally like Hal. Hal is the human black ick. Plus, he grinds his gum into the carpet. Did I tell you that? And you know what else he does?
He collects his toenails in a jar. He picks his ears with your pencils. He's gross, you hate him, I get it.
But we're losing the attic because he's so foul. And the more I fight him, the more disgusting he gets. What do I do?
You know, you're going about this all wrong. Hal's like a mall.
I see. It all makes sense now.
Hal is a large object you need to conquer to find happiness.
Yeah.
And what do you do at the mall?
Panic and run for daylight?
You go to the info board, study it, and get to know the mall's inner workings. Otherwise, how are you going to come up with the best shopping strategy so you can conquer it?
Actually, what I need to do is study and come up with a Unified Hal Theory so I can figure out how to deal with him. That's what you meant, right?
Whatever you just said. Is the point of it I don't have to hear anymore about how gross Hal is?
Yep.
And that's exactly what I meant.
Rainbow! Listen, are you still interested in helping out with Student Activity Council?
Been down that road, this man. Been mowed down, smeared across the pavement, and been left dead on that road.
Yeah, I know. But see, Jerry Westrope's been kicked off council for skimming the photocopy budget, and we need somebody to run the newsletter.
Me, run the press. Are you kidding? A power position? Finally, I'll have a voice that no one can ignore? Yes, I'm interested.
Good.
My first mission was to collect Hal samples for detailed analysis.
Ready?
I'm going in. Okay, take note. Oxygen level is low. Ground littered with decomposed pizza and yellow, moldy elbow pad.
No! Jockstrap!
Okay. Diet. Pork rinds. And a wrapper from a double bacon burger.
You want pork with that pork?
Note that I am marveling at the amazing digestive flora required to absorb this stuff.
Ugh! I'm noting that you're turning green. No, yellow. Now green.
Oh, need air.
Sadie, this is getting too dangerous. I think you should come in.
Just a few more scrapings. Ugh. Dizzy.
Sadie, I mean it. Abort mission! Get out of there!
Oh, I made it. Save me.
actually fairly straightforward, Rain. The announcements for the newsletter go in here, then you arrange them by date and give them to the secretary to copy. There's the last couple of issues. Any questions?
Looks pretty clear, pretty simple. Pretty boring.
Well, it's not the Times, Rain. It's just a newsletter.
You mean it was just a newsletter? This is so incredibly lame.
What?
These submissions. Girls lacrosse team members wishing to buy sweaters, see manager Brianna. Stage band practice moved to Friday at lunch. I can't print this. It's garbage.
Isn't that what you're supposed to print?
This is not hard-hitting copy, all right? I've got limited space, and I'm using it for radical opinion pieces and inflammatory cartoons. Smash the state. Stick it to the man. Revolutionary stuff by Rain Papadakis.
That's not what the newsletter's for, is it? I mean, unless you put all that stuff in there, how will the lacrosse team know where to get their sweaters?
Who cares? When the lacrosse team reads what I have to say, they'll rise up against the oppression of the lacrosse establishment. They'll use their lacrosse sticks for the glory of the revolution. I will not be silenced. I will print the truth.
Uh-huh. After putting everything under the microscope and comparing Hal to a known control group, me, I was still no closer to discovering how to deal with my brother. How can two siblings be so different? Maybe the secret was in the past. Wait a second. This is weird. Where's Hal's baby stuff? There isn't any. You know, it's funny, isn't it? How different Hal and I are.
Are you?
Yeah. For two people who share so much DNA, we're freakishly different. You know, like I like animals. He does too. Deep fried. I take showers. He rolls around on the carpet periodically. I look like Mom. His face looks like a shovel. I never get in trouble. He always...
If you're trying to get us to play favorites, it won't work.
We love each of you equally.
That's what I thought. Which is why I was so surprised to see that there are so many baby pictures of me, but none of Hal.
Yes, well...
So, what's up with that?
You know,
It's something we meant to...
but it wasn't the right time.
Even though there's a very simple explanation for the lack of pictures.
Hal! Hal!
Morning, people. I can't even believe we're related.
Hal put into words the obvious truth, the theory that once and for all explained Hal, changed my view of our family dynamic, and turned the world itself upside down. Hal was adopted.
Adopted?
Uh-huh. Isn't it amazing?
So, the fungus?
And the little hairs on the soap?
And the bean salad business?
Not related to it. The universe suddenly makes sense again. Hal comes from another family, maybe even another species. Isn't it great?
Yeah, and also harsh.
What?
Well, just think what it must be like for Hal. I mean, he's living with a family he has no connection to.
I guess so.
He doesn't fit in, and he has no idea why. Kind of explains why he's so out there. But really, it's not his fault, is it?
No, actually. Can't really blame him for being a duck. See, there was this duck I read about. It was raised by chickens, so it thought it was a chicken. It pecked like a chicken and roosted like a chicken. And even though it was really no good at being a chicken, the others didn't reject him. How could they blame him? You can't blame a duck for being a duck. That's what I'd been doing, blaming Hal for being Hal. So, it was time for me to accept my lame duck brother for what he was.
Where were we? Ah, yeah, here we are. Oh, and Anthony is so dreamy. Man, that guy is so out of her league. Good luck. Oh, summer. Here we go, the Hal Chronicles. Hal is such a jerk. Wine, wine, wine. Hal is such a slob. Gripe, gripe, gripe. It all makes sense now. Hal's adopted. She thinks I'm adopted. It is so unbelievably sad. I almost feel sorry for him. Only almost, huh?
Band members, report to the cafeteria.
Watch it! What's going on? Anarchy Day?
I wrote it, and they're actually listening.
Rain, they didn't listen, they're just confused. You didn't print the announcements, so none of the clubs know where they're meeting.
But
Debate squad, we're meeting in the auditorium. Pass it on. Rainbow Papadakis, you have some explaining to do.
At least I ruffled the feathers of the oppressor.
Yeah, nice ruffling. Hey. I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, nothing, just, you know, thinking.
What's the first? Oops.
Oh, go ahead, rub it in, why don't you?
No, look, Hal, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Really, I don't know why I said that.
It's not like I don't know. You're the smart daughter, and I'm just the reject son that can't measure up. That's why Mom and Dad love you more.
What? No, they love us both equally. They were just saying so.
Right. That's why you got that huge room with that giant closet, and what do I have?
The same?
So they still love you more, I can tell.
I really don't think.
They got you all that stuff, the computer and the nature books and the specimen jars, but you're worth it. You're like them. I just wonder how long it is until they kick me out of this attic like they have out of their hearts. Do you know anyone who'd want to buy this? I don't know, I figure what's the point? I'm never gonna amount to anything anyway. You know, sometimes I don't feel related to you guys at all.
What's this? A scathing review of Anarchy Day?
I thought it would be useful to have a little post-mortem.
Useful. Useful. Look, Rain, I don't want to stifle you. As a matter of fact, I don't mind the occasional joke or poem, but there wasn't a single useful thing in that whole newsletter. So here's a little suggestion straight from the man. Shape up! The first issue of your newsletter will be your last.
I couldn't take it. Hal was trying so hard, but he was the worst chicken in the world. Poor little duck. I had to make him feel like he belonged, even if he didn't. I had to find somebody in our family he wasn't related to that he could relate to. Then I got it. You know, Hal, you might be surprised to know that Mom and Dad are asking me to move out of the attic.
They what?
They're worried about your music career.
They are?
They're worried I might be distracting you from the thing you were, born to do. You know, music genes run in the Hawthorne family, and, well, apparently I didn't get any, so it's up to you to carry on the Hawthorne legacy.
There's a Hawthorne legacy?
Yeah. So, tomorrow, I'm gonna move all my stuff out and leave the attic to you and your band for the legacy.
No way, this is amazing. The Hawthorne legacy, I'm just gonna be like...
Good old Johnny Red Eye Hawthorne. Very famous in his day. Maybe I can even find a picture. Who knows? In the meantime, maybe you better practice. Okay, who could be Johnny Red-Eye? Nothing. Not even a guy with a harmonica. Didn't see this before.
I guess it's about time you found them.
What is this? Is this Hal stuff, and why is it all wrecked?
It's ancient history, but there was a fire.
Fire? What fire?
When your brother was little, he burned the house down.
Hal killed his own parents?
What? No, we were fine. But what happened was he accidentally drove his remote control fire engine into the toaster oven, then backed it up into the curtains, which fell onto the shag carpet, which was flammable. Could have happened to anybody.
In theory.
Anyway, we decided never to mention it because we didn't want him to feel guilty.
So that's why none of Hal's baby stuff is around? It all got burned in the fire?
Well, nobody got hurt, but a few years of memories paid the price, yes.
So Hal isn't adopted?
What? No. Where did you get that idea? Especially when the two of you are so alike.
Can you believe that? Hal played me right out of my half of the attic. And even worse, defying all scientific logic, I'm actually related to that guy. And does that mean I'm somehow, by nature, as awful as he is? That's horrible. Or is it? If Hal and I are alike, then maybe I should think like Hal. In other words, use his weaknesses against him. Like a certain paranoia he has about doctor's appointments.
Hal, the doctor called. He said not to panic, but it's really urgent.
Then build on that paranoia, slowly planting the seeds of deception, just like he would. Guess it runs in the family.
You want me to do what with the newsletter?
You heard me?
But Miss Mann says I gotta be useful.
This is completely useful, in a subversive way.
Keep talking.
Memorial service planned for dying teen? Perfect.
Sadie?
Hal?
Is this true?
Oh, my.
See that? It says I'm gonna die.
Hal, it's just, we were trying not to let you know for your own sake.
No, you gotta be kidding. It can't be true. I feel fine. I'm not gonna die.
You're probably right. It's probably nothing.
Only look at the symptoms: lethargy, excessive gas, and foot fungus. I have all that.
Good point.
Listen, Sadie, you gotta save me. I'm your brother.
I don't see how. Oh my gosh, look. Did you see this? A cure.
A cure?
Sure, it's completely reversible. Only you need an antibody from a close relative. Preferably a sibling, preferably female. Oh, well.
Oh, that's great.
Great? We're not related. As far as we know, you have no blood relatives. I'm sorry to break it to you. We just thought you knew. I mean, the way you've been behaving lately. Sure will be different around here without you. Guess I'll have more space.
No. Wait a minute. Say we are related. I'm your brother.
What? How can that be? I mean, we both know you're adopted.
But I'm not.
Oh, you poor dear boy. First the illness, now these horrible self-delusions.
No, I'm not, Sadie. Honestly, look.
Look, I just pretended so that...
So that what?
Well, I figured if I could just guilt you out of the attic, maybe if I pretended to...
You lied to me about being adopted?
Yeah.
Well, now I don't want to give you the antibody.
But I'm your brother!
Says you.
Look, I'm sorry. Totally sorry.
Sorry enough to give me back my half of the attic?
Yes!
Sorry enough to tidy up your stuff and clean your toes now and then?
Sure, anything, Sadie. Please, I need those antibodies.
Well, all right then.
Yes! Thank you, Sadie. Thanks so much. I'm so glad we're related.
Yeah, me too.
So you got your half of the attic back?
And the best part is, I got it back by spitting in his drink. And then he drank it.
Well, you gotta get those antibodies in somehow. Nice.
Yep. And now the whole place is shiny, clean, and blissfully odor, mold, and snot-free.
You know what this means, don't you? In the end, you're just as diabolical as Hal is.
Maybe even more. Are you afraid? I kinda am.
Well, I don't know, Sadie. I mean, you just gotta go with your nature, you know? You're diabolical, and I'm, in the words of Ms. Mann, useless for good.
You think?
Sure. In fact, I don't even blame her for taking away the newsletter. It just gives me more time to do what I do best. Be useless.